The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
This is the Alpha Sessions, and I'm here with Naomi Johnson. Hello. I just wanted to first of all ask you, how did your musical journey start?
Well, I guess I've been in a musical family forever. But I was always too scared to sort of do music because my family did it. I was a bit, I don't know why I built up this thing of like my family are gonna be like weird about it. And my mum and dad was always like saying to me, we hear you singing because I used to like secretly do it, and I'd be like, no, I don't do that, I don't do that, and I didn't want to tell anyone I did it. And then I got to about 16, so it was like A level time, and I just was like, am I gonna like go for it? Am I gonna choose something musical, or am I gonna just ignore it? And I was like, I'm gonna ignore it, and I was like, I'm gonna do beauty, and I got into the courses and everything, and then my mum was like, "Can I just talk to you for a minute?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, what do you want to talk about?" And she was just like, "Do you really, really want to do that?" And I was like, "Well, yeah. Why? Like, why are you asking?" And basically, she forced me to sign up to a music college, and since then, I got in, and I've literally never looked back. So I've just got my mum and dad really to thank for just like making me do something that I was too scared to do. And since then, I just literally, yeah, just loved it and never looked back. So,
When
bit of a
when you
fun.
say secretly singing, like how do you secretly sing in the shower?
Yeah, and well, when my parents used to go out, I used to just put karaoke stuff on and sing in the hallway in the computer, and then I keep my eye out on the door, and if they were coming back, I quickly switch it off and go in the lounge.
That's mad. Like it's some sort of guilty secret.
Yeah, and
That
I
should
there's
be a
nothing
thing.
wrong with it at the time. I just was really embarrassed about it. I think I
Oh,
just felt pressure because both my parents are musical, so yeah.
that's cool, though. And I was kind of like searching through Insta and stuff, and in the run up to this, and you kind of started a new chapter, just as last year started, really,
Yeah.
as the craziness of last year started. And yeah, I just wanted to know like what the plans are for that chapter and why you decided to do that.
Well, I've wanted to go down the original music route properly for ages and ages, but I kind of got in the trap of being in a covers band because it was kind of the thing that made me money.
Yeah.
But then I've always written a bit and I've just not done anything proper with it. And I kind of just thought last year, when everything was sort of going off, I thought it's right, I'm just going to do something about it because now I've got the time.
Yeah,
And I plan to just keep taking it further and further,
that's
really.
cool.
I don't want to do anything else now. I've basically spent this whole time just working on my songs and just
Nice.
recording at home. And yeah, I just want it to be the biggest thing it can be, really.
How did you find it?
What, recording at home?
Yeah, and like writing and stuff, and like it must have been quite daunting for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, because I've done a bit of recording with other things, like with function bands and stuff like that, I wasn't too worried about it. It was just more like finally hearing back stuff that I've written rather than someone else is a bit like, okay, it's a bit weird to get used to. But now I just love it. Yeah, I just look forward to it all the time, really.
Does it feel more raw? Because obviously, like it's your own material, so the stuff
Yeah.
that the extra effects and things that you put on it. I'm not a producer, obviously. Like, does that feel more real than when you record like covers and stuff? Because obviously, it's to do with your emotions.
Yeah, I guess it is. It's more like a personal, you're kind of like laying yourself out, and
Yeah,
it's like you know what you mean by it. Other people can kind of get their own interpretation on it, but I don't know. I guess it's yeah, I guess it is quite a raw feeling, especially when if you're not completely sure about something you've written and you've recorded it, and then you start asking people for a bit of feedback. It's quite like you kind of want to hear it, but you're a bit like, I don't know if I want you to tell me what you really think because I'm a bit worried about it. But yeah, it's quite raw.
how did you know how to write songs?
I don't really know. I think I've always just been like maybe the past 5 or 6 years I've had an acoustic guitar and I've just mucked around on it and just
Okay.
made up stuff, and I've never done anything with it. I think I've always been quite I've just listened to pop and R&B and stuff like that, and I guess I've just picked up of that, and I've also picked up of my dad, because my dad's a songwriter. He still is. He's been doing it. He was about, God knows, 14, and maybe got the age wrong, but he's a lot older than 14 now. But yeah, I think I've been around it, and I just think I've just picked from different sort of bits and just chucked it together, really.
Do you think your family, being a musical family, has like influenced your music a little bit or not? Like their sound?
Yeah, I think so. I think I tend to write about uh sometimes I think maybe, I don't know if it's unusual or if it's typical to write like this, but because I seem to write from the perspective of someone. So for example, a couple of my songs have been, I won't name names, but there'll be something that's, when I'm singing it, it sounds like it's about me, but I put myself in someone else's shoes and singing it like that. And I think that's something that my dad has done. And I think I've probably subconsciously just stolen that idea from him, which he'll now know that when he sees this. But yeah, I think so. I think they've all probably had a bit of an influence on me somewhere. Yeah.
That's really cool. And you're also learning to play bass?
Yes, yeah.
Just in case your ear wasn't busy enough.
Yeah, well, I've always liked the idea of being able to do it, and I always hear people say if you can play guitar, you can play bass, which is kind of true, but it's definitely harder. I think my hands are not like quite big enough to sort of master it yet, so I'm just gonna have to keep practicing.
But when you write your own stuff, the initial is to go to the guitar?
Yeah. I recently picked up the keyboard a bit because I used to have keyboard lessons when I was really young.
Oh, cool, yeah.
And I just stopped doing that for whatever reason. But yeah, I think it's, I don't know why, I think it's something like, maybe it was a bit of a nostalgic feeling that I went back to the keyboard and just tried doing it like that. And it kind of works, but I think because I've been playing guitar for a while now, it's just more like the natural thing to pick up. Yeah.
You should be stronger than me. You've been here 7 years longer than me. Don't you know that you're supposed to be the man? Not pale in comparison to who you think I am. You always wanna talk it through. I don't care. I always have to comfort you when I'm there. But that's what I need you to do, stroke my hair. 'Cause I've forgotten all of young love's joy. Feel like a lady and you're my lady boy. You should be stronger than me. But instead you're longer frozen turkey. Why'd you always put me in control? When all I need is for my man to live up to his role. Always wanna talk it through. I'm okay, and I always have to comfort you every day. That's what I need you to do. Are you sane? 'Cause I've forgotten all of young love's joy. Feel like a lady and you're my lady boy. The respect I made you earn. I thought you had so many lessons to learn. I said you don't know what love is. Get a grip. It sounds as if you're reading from some other tired script. Well, I'm not gonna meet your mother anytime. I just wanna grip your body over mine. Please tell me why you think that's a crime. 'Cause I've forgotten all of young love's joy. Feel like a lady and you're my lady boy. You should be stronger than me. Yeah, you should be
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
Where else do you get the inspiration for your new and original material?
I think I have had a lot to say sort of about myself. I know it sounds like a weird thing to say,
No, not at all.
but over the past, I'll just go into it briefly. Over the
Yeah, of
past
course.
couple of years, I've been on a bit of a weight loss journey. So I've lost about 8 stone in weight now.
Wow.
And it's been sort of a whirlwind of like lifestyle change, obviously with the music, and now I'm completely, physically different. And that's made me mentally a lot happier as well. And I think I've just managed to sort of sculpt all of those feelings into lyrics. And I think every now and then I just start writing something, and I'm thinking, what's this about? And like spouting words, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm talking about like how I've had this experience as this new sort of like lease of life, or about the old me or something like that. So that's quite a big one, I think, in my lyric writing.
So it's more like an outlet, really.
Yeah, I think so.
That's cool. And you also started busking this year.
Yes.
What was that like?
Last year now, which is
Sorry, yeah.
weird. Yeah, it was good. It was very scary. I went out one day in March, and it was just so cold just before the lockdown. And because we were going with my partner, and we both were just like, right, we'll start busking from March onwards. And we literally went on that day, and then the next like week or so, the lockdown started. So we just didn't get to go again.
Uh,
And then when things started opening up again, all that time we'd been prepping, getting ready to go back out there and do it. So we did do it, and it was just so cold. And something I'm not used to, supporting myself on guitar. I'm just not
yeah.
used to it live yet, so it's quite like a few things at once to try and like get your head around. There's people watching you who probably don't want to be, and then I'm trying to play guitar and like remember the words, and like it's all, yeah.
It's almost
But
like so much coordination going on.
it is, yeah. It's enough for me to be getting used to playing, let alone doing it outdoors when people don't want to hear it. Really.
What tunes have got you through the last year?
What tunes have got me through the last year? I've
Yeah, that's
listened
quite
to
a hard question.
yeah, it is. Like, I'm trying to branch out a bit and just listen to a lot more. I say live, not that there's a lot of live going on right now, but all of the Tiny Desk concerts and stuff like that. I've been trying to just listen into all of those, the NPR Tiny Desk. I think I've listened to a lot of Leanne LaHavis. She's been one of my big influences. What else have I listened to? I've listened to stuff that I used to listen to when I was younger, because it's been one of those ones where sometimes you just need to like listen to something that puts you in a certain mood, or
Yeah,
something to
I
throw
get
it back to times when you weren't like trapped in a bedroom.
that. It's true.
So stuff like probably Paramore and all the old, like, because I used to be a bit of an emo with listening to sort of rock and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, um, the old rocky tunes probably got me through.
Because your Facebook says Amy Winehouse, Rihanna Havas, Supertramp, Jeff Buckley, and also hip hop influences. Where did you get such a broad range of musical taste from?
I think it's just been. It's a good question. I know that when I started listening to Amy Winehouse, her album Frank was a really big influencer for me. I think because that was kind of like, I think I started listening to that when a bit late, maybe 2011, 2012, something like that, when I was at uni. And I remember watching an interview of her, and she was saying it's a straight cross between jazz and hip hop, and I was like, that's such a cool like combination. And ever since then, I've just been like wanting to sort of do something similar to that without ripping her off, obviously. But yeah, I think even though I wouldn't say I'm really jazzy as such, but the hip hoppy kind of vibes kind of come from her. But also, it might be worth saying, me and my sister used to listen to Eminem and stuff like that when we were too young to be listening to it. So that might have like come into it a little bit. You'll hate me for saying that, but yeah, to bleep out all the swear words and all of that kind of stuff. We were too young for it, but yeah.
So until last year, you've been working with like other bands and artists and
Yeah.
collaborations and stuff. How come you decided to branch out on your own?
It's just been something I felt like I wanted to know that was completely my own,
Yeah.
and something that I wanted to, when I look back on it or listen to it and reflect on it, it was purely the work that I'd put in, and purely the words that I wanted to say without anything else. And something to make my family proud without being too cheesy.
Have you
Um,
found different challenges along the way that you haven't necessarily found when you've been working with other people?
yeah, I think I've found sometimes I can get in a bit of a trap of like coming up with this, thinking I'm coming up with something new, and I'm really ripping myself off and thinking, I'm like, oh, this is sounding really good. Like, why do I like this so much? And then I'm like, oh, that's actually really similar to something I wrote like 2 weeks ago. And I think that the benefit of having other people is kind of you can sort of bounce off of each other's ideas. So that's probably been a little bit of a challenge to just be aware of. But I think that kind of goes away the more knowledge I have on guitar. I think just because I'm still a little bit fresh to it, I guess the more I use the guitar, the more places I'll use it in and stuff like that. So yeah.
What kind of sound can we expect? Are you allowed to tell us or not yet?
Yeah, I can tell you. It's kind of, how do I describe it? This is the thing. It's a good question, but I don't know how to answer it. It's definitely a pop sort of cross between, I guess there are some jazzier elements with the chords, but it's kind of even maybe some sort of country vibes, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Quite hard to describe without planning that out, but
So quite a fusion.
yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
want it to be something that's really not, without being too far out and not easy for people to connect with. I want it to be something that's something quite new, you know.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that. It's going to be great.
Well, thank you very much.
Can we just stay the same? Can we just run away? Can we just contemplate the wrongs and play along again? Nobody knows the game, and nobody wants to wait for you. Nobody understands the logic or thinks of something new. Can we forget about the world for a minute? Can we forget about the hurt? 'Cause I'm spinning, when I'm falling to my knees, I'm weak now. I can't even speak. How did it come to this? Give me another day. Promise I'll try again. I'm thinking of other ways to say this or make this feel okay. Can we forget about the world for a minute? Can we forget about the hurt? 'Cause I'm spinning, when I'm falling to my knees, I'm weak now. I can't even speak. How did it come to this? I wonder if this was something more that we live in an imaginary world. Would you feel it? Stand and fall into your knees, so weak when you can't even speak. How did it come to this? You know, it's ticking now. You know, it's wearing down. You know, it's the time to let it go. Oh, no. If you thought about the world for that minute, if you thought about the hurt, 'cause 'cause I'm spinning instead of falling to your knees. So weak when you could not speak. Oh, forget about the world for a minute. Forget about the hurt, 'cause I'm spinning when I'm falling to my knees. I'm weak now, I can't even speak. How did it come to this? What if this was something more that we live in, and an imaginary world? Would you feel it? Instead you fall into your knees. So weak when you can't even speak. How did it come to this?
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
When this ridiculous lockdown ends, hopefully one day, what are you most looking forward to doing, to being able to do again musically?
I just really miss gigging, to be honest. As much as when you're in the cycle of doing loads and loads of function gigs and weddings and stuff like that, you moan about it. But now I'm thinking, I wish I was just on a stage or just singing to a group of people who aren't socially distanced. It's that community at a gig is just
Yeah.
something I've missed. Yeah, loads.
Or just seeing people that aren't socially distanced would be great.
That and maybe going out for a drink and not worrying about where I'm putting my cup and like,
Yeah,
but yeah, normal things that everyone probably misses, to be honest.
definitely, 100%. What about in terms of like live streams and stuff? Did you get a chance to do any of those?
Yeah, I did a couple. Yeah, so I did one in, I think it was live streamed from France actually. Loge du Village. I don't know if that would be on my Facebook somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, basically just did 3 original songs. That was probably back in April, I think now. Yeah, that was just artists, I think, in France and England, just a big mix of them. It was about 4 or 5 hour stream, so it was just back to back artists. It was a festival
That's
as such,
cool.
but online. And then I sang with my partner. He's in another band that I'm in called Nedavine. And yeah, we did about an hour live stream, which was quite nerve-wracking. Pretty
Yeah,
much all,
intense.
yeah, pretty much all original stuff. So I think we only did 2 covers in that. And then I did another one where I sang. My sister's a singer as well.
Cool, it's
Sang,
right family
yeah,
institution.
yeah. It's good fun though. It keeps it interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Does that mean that are you locked down with any of them at the moment, and have you been able to like do rehearsals and collaborate and stuff? Or
Yeah. So I'm living with my partner and my sister.
cool.
And there's another girl here as well. She's also another singer.
Okay.
So yeah, all 4 of us all singers. So it's a musical, loud.
So your neighbours are getting some great sounds.
We're so lucky. We're in a bungalow and it's detached, and we
Oh,
just
cool.
we get no complaints. So
Oh,
we're,
amazing.
touch wood, we're
Yeah.
not annoying anyone at the moment.
Nice.
But yeah, we've been able to just do bits and bobs together.
That's really
I'm
cool.
like trying to play guitar for my sister a little bit when I've got
Wow.
time. Yeah, it's good. It's nice to have the option to do that, because a lot of people obviously that sang things
100%.
and stuff, they've all just had to put it on hold really. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, if you were to get a phone call tomorrow and that phone call said that gigs are back on, and you could play anywhere in the world, where would that be?
Oh my God, I don't know.
Sorry, another big question.
I want to say somewhere. I don't know. I'd like to play a massive festival. Maybe the classic Glastonbury.
Okay.
Yeah,
Main stage.
yeah, main
Okay.
stage. Yeah, hopefully it
Okay.
wouldn't be raining, but I don't know.
No, the rain makes it part of the experience, no?
True.
And you can share that stage with anyone, dead or alive. Who would you
Mm.
share it with?
Who would I share it with? Probably my top 2 would be Beyonce and
Aim
Liam.
high, I like it.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
And maybe
cool.
maybe someone who wasn't here, maybe someone like Prince
Okay.
or
Wow.
I don't know.
That
Yeah,
would sound insane. All
Yeah.
4 of you. Okay, and you're on the stage with Prince, Beyonce, and Leanna Havas, just like casually.
okay.
And you can all have a dream rider backstage. What would be on that rider?
Oh my god. Thing is, I'd like to say alcohol and stuff, but obviously drinking and singing is a difficult pairing.
Okay, you can save it till after the show.
Probably lots of champagne and red wine.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know. I've never had a rider properly. I don't think. I don't even know. Can you get anything in a rider?
I think so. I mean, on this show, we've had anything from a gym, a microgoat, hummus, carrots,
Oh,
drink. I mean, I think anything goes, to be honest.
maybe not pizza and a fondue machine or something like that. Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're really excited about one. I'd love to hear how that show would sound, but also your new music coming up. Hopefully very soon. It sounds like it's going to be amazing. If people want to follow you on socials and stuff, where can they find you? Yeah,
So it's naomijohnson.uk on Instagram, and then on Twitter it is at Naomi J Musician, and then Facebook again is just Naomi Johnson.
amazing. So yeah, hopefully everyone will give you a like and a follow and whatever else. And yeah, definitely keep us updated with the new music, because we can't wait to hear.
I'm looking forward to putting it out there.
Yeah, so thanks so much for giving up the time, and hopefully one day when things are a little bit more normal, we can get you into the studio for real, and have you play a session. That'd be so cool.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
Cool.
I hope she's patient with you. I hope she's leaning on you in the best kind of way. I hope she's loving to you. And I hope she gives you the world I couldn't give to you. So if you think she's the one, then I would rather know. And if you think you're in love, then I would rather say, 'cause I can't believe that you fell in love. No, I can't believe that you fell in love. She's been waiting for you. I know she's taken from you, but in the worst kind of way. I bet I'm nothing to you. And I hope she takes on the world I'd never take for you. Do you know she's the one? 'Cause I would rather know. And if you know you're in love, then why didn't you say? 'Cause I can't believe that you